Good morning.
Good morning.
We need more conductors mentoring black girls into success. The road to freedom for black slaves during the Underground Railroad was a treacherous one. Over 30,000 people escaped enslavement by this rugged route, often filled with dismal swamps where insects, snakes, and wild animals like black bears and wildcats were abundant. Consequently, runaway slaves faced many hidden dangers such as fatigue, hunger, disease, and the possibility of drowning. Harriet Tubman is perhaps the most well-known of the Underground Railroad's conductors, and during a 10-year span, she made 19 trips into the South and escorted over 300 slaves to freedom. And as she once proudly pointed out to Frederick Douglass, in all of her journeys, she never lost one single passenger. Although we're over 100 years past this time in our history, the road for survival for black youth in today's inner cities unfortunately seems to be just as dangerous for both boys and girls. So much attention has been given to the urgency of the crisis of low-income urban black boys, and rightfully so. However, the effect this crisis has had on adolescent black girls who live in the same neighborhoods has been largely unaddressed. Girls are witnessing and experiencing the same violence in their schools, in their same neighborhoods, and in their homes, just as the boys are. And as a means for survival, girls have adopted a street code to protect their reputation and retaliate when they believe that they are being threatened. And sadly, everybody in this room has witnessed how many young women are only equipped to use fighting and aggression as the primary means to protect their personal respect and security, as well as to gain status. And unfortunately, their homes provide no refuge. Pop culture uses TV, video, and music to bombard them with a barrage of imagery that frequently portrays black women as loud, obnoxious, aggressive, promiscuous, and innately prone to having bad relationships with other women. The pressures growing up a black girl in America's inner cities is deep. Current school research says that increases in suspensions were greatest for black girls, then followed by black males. And black girls continue to be disproportionately overrepresented among girls in confinement and court-ordered residential placements. And black girls are also significantly overrepresented among girls who experience exclusionary discipline, such as out-of-school suspensions, expulsions, and other punishment. Harriet Tubman said as a conductor that she never lost a single passenger. But under our own watch, it appears that we are losing many, many, many of our own black girls. I say this simply this morning. We need more conductors. And back in 2009, I took all these observations and some of this research as a call to action to personally take on my role as a conductor and serve the girls in my community, and I created Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program as an attempt as a vital solution to this crisis. Now at Polished Pebbles, we provide girls 7 through 17 years old with the opportunity of learning the vital life skill of effective communication. We want to make sure that all of our girls are good communicators at home, at school, and the future workplace. We want to make sure that our girls have a chance, and our program instills confidence in them to face the daily challenges in life in their communities by helping them substitute the aggressive forms of communication, helping them substitute aggressive forms of problem solving with new strategies that now allow them to gain a solid reputation without having to resort to retaliation. Now, although in our first meeting on 81st and Avalon at the public library, we only started out with 2 girls, but since that time in 2009, we have served well over 600 girls through 21 program sites. We are proud to serve girls at the University of Chicago charter schools, several different Chicago public schools, and many girls living in Chicago Housing Authority communities. And in partnership with local schools and businesses and over 300 volunteers, what a network and what a blessing. We have helped girls learn to do the following objectives. We want girls to be comfortable and confident and find their voice and speak up in class and not pass on answering those questions. We want girls to join groups and seek leadership positions in their schools and in their community groups. We want girls to communicate effectively but respectfully with adults. We want girls to learn how to have peaceful interactions with their peers. And finally, we hope through participating in a program, girls will have ample opportunities to explore various career options. Polish Pebbles' signature career mentoring initiatives provides girls with the opportunities to put all of these life skills and all these communication skills into practice on the perfect campus, the work environment. And so we've been fortunate to partner with a myriad of Chicago-based businesses who have allowed their employees to volunteer in our program by working with our girls directly at our after-school sites, or also, in addition to that, hosting them for store tours and office tours, and providing them with hands-on opportunities for job shadowing in their places of business. And just this morning as we speak, we just started a new partnership with Nordstrom's department store on Michigan Avenue under the management of a powerful black man, Carl Jenkins. I think more of us in our community need to know and meet who Carl Jenkins is. So girls from Lake Park Place in Bronzeville and girls from the University of Chicago Charter School, the Woodlawn campus, are having their first day of work at Nordstrom's. And Nordstrom's is not the only corporate community member who has heeded our call to provide an opportunity for our girls to build their communication skills. Bloomingdale's department store, Microsoft store in Oak Brook, the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, ThoughtWorks, the Chicago Sky, Chicago State University, and the Illinois Welding School are some of our partnering businesses here in the area. Our work with Bloomingdale's was so groundbreaking in what we did here in Chicago. Bloomingdale's is a civic and a business partner who has been committed to mentoring in many of their areas across the country for 13, 14, 15 years. However, when we decided to partner with Bloomingdale's here in Chicago, we put a little twist on it. And so instead of just having the employees go out to the student schools, we were the first opportunity that we brought girls from the South Side, from the Low End, from Altgeld Gardens, from the West Side, into the Gold Coast at the Bloomingdale's department store. That image of seeing our young ladies in their crisp, clean, black uniforms with their Bloomingdale's name tags was so impactful that Bloomingdale's markets across the country said, we have to do what Chicago is doing. We're in. We want to mentor you too. And so as a result, Bloomingdale's markets across the country then adopted their own mentoring programs as well. So as a thank you, we were asked in 2011 to have one of our Bloomingdale's mentees, a Harlan High School freshman, her name was Deneen Borner, introduce the First Lady of the United States at the National Mentoring Summit in Washington, D.C. About Deneen because Deneen is like many of our kids. She was not a usual suspect. We didn't go for the kid that necessarily had the parent who could provide and train and mentor at home. We had 2 weeks together, and this was kind of your average kid, but she was dedicated, she was committed, and she took that training and that boot camp and got herself together and went to DC and represented for the South Side well. She was so authentic, she was so real, but she was so polished that when the First Lady received her and walked to the microphone, the only thing that she could say was, well, there you go. That's what the South Side of Chicago produces. You would have thought I was about to fall off the stage with my excitement, and I couldn't think of what of a better endorsement for the impact of our work and the impact of mentoring than that. But being honored here this evening by the DeSable Museum, an institution that I grew up and I was raised to love and embrace, is a perfect endorsement. And to receive an award from Dr. Margaret Burroughs and her legacy and her honor is a great endorsement as well. But I got the best endorsement of any of the work that we've done last spring. And it came from a 5th grade young lady who was a student at Alex Haley Elementary School in Roseland, who after participating in her very first Polish Pebbles session, went up to the blackboard and simply wrote and left us with the polished Pebbles rules. That right there was the best endorsement that I've ever received. I'm honored to serve. I'm honored to receive this reward this evening or morning. Thank you.
Put your hands together. Continue with it.